sleep with that, but we don't really want to be with that.
He's with that right now, though. He's been with that for maybe 2 years in a relationship. Yeah, we were together like 6 years, and he's been with her 2 years maybe, and shout out to them, healthy relationship, but he's with that right now.
But just in general, not specific.
Oh, okay, I thought you were saying specific.
No, because there's guys that will say like, yo, I would sleep with that, but I don't necessarily want to be with that.
I think that's filthy. Why would you sleep in that? And if you're judging it, you're like, I don't want to be with her, but I want to put my dick in it. What are you doing? Like, have more respect for yourself. Like, what if you wouldn't want to be with her, you shouldn't want to put your pee-pee in her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like where you at.
Okay.
Now, understand this. If you want...
Nah, she thought she ate, but she didn't. And let me be very real with you. Listen, from a man's perspective, and again, I'm a Christian, so you shouldn't be having sex before marriage anyway. But when I was doing that kind of thing, let me keep it a buck. For us as men specifically, sex can be a sport. Sex can be fun. Sex can be to get my rocks off and relax. You know what I'm saying to you? There are multiple facets of reasons as to why we have sex. Okay? And mainly it's to enjoy and to relax and to offload. Okay, it helps us to jumpstart the brain all over again. We can think clearly when we've released into the atmosphere. But all jokes aside, men will sleep with women that they actually don't see as being a wife. And the reason being, simply put, is, like I said, a lot of times it's recreational. It's not about developing a relationship. It's not about the risks. We're thinking about the rewards. We're not thinking about the STD or thinking about the baby or thinking about those kind of things. Simply put, we're just thinking about having fun. Now, there's actually reasons as to why a man will sleep with a woman and actually not consider her to be wifey material. The reality of the situation, sometimes it's not even the girl. It's just him. He's just not ready for a relationship. But here's a few little things here for the ladies specifically, but for the man, then we already know this, right? There's a few things that happen actually in this exchange. Number one is this. Men will categorize women when they meet them, pretty much from the jump, based upon the energy, the way she talks, the way she moves, her mindset, how she actually engages with him, and how much power she actually gives over. This is what I know. It's crazy. I'll break this down a bit more, right? For men specifically, we're looking for: does she have boundaries? Does she have a level of respect for me? Is she somebody that I could take home and be proud of it? Is she somebody that also is able to mix, have a good balance in terms of be flirtatious, but also be respectful, be classy, as they say, be a freak in the sheets, but a lady in the streets? Does she have that good balance? You know what I mean? Can I talk to her and feel comfortable and feel at ease? You know, when I'm talking to her, does she suffer with low self-esteem? Because that's going to be a turnoff. A woman that's actually beautiful in the face, the body, everything like that, but has a low self-esteem. A lot of men want to dodge that girl because really and truly, they know that long term you will be frustrating for them. They'll have to consistently reassure you, consistently kind of like make sure that you're good. You know, you'll just be sucking from them rather than giving, right? And in that also space, that I also think I saw a lot of times the reality situation in a lot of cases is the woman's face is not it to that man. Again, everything is in relation to the individual who's in that situation. So a lot of men, when you end up dating that girl, bro, when you first see her, the face is aight, but it's not aight. You know what I mean? Yeah, when the face is aight, it's like, it's cool, I can work with it. But she ain't the one for you. You know what I mean? She doesn't ginger you. You know what I mean? Doesn't get you stirring per se. She's just a pretty gal. You know what I mean? Right? But when when you see her face and it's like it sparks something for you, and it's you as specific, because it can be general, it can be universal. Yes, there are girls that are baddies in the face. When I say baddies, good-looking girls in the face, and it's universal. We all know what it is. But it's specifically for every man that's trying to settle down. There's a girl, there's a face, there's a familiarity in that beauty that makes you go, bro, I want to wife this one, you know. You know what I'm saying to you? Yeah, the body can be bad and the breast can be bad. That's brilliant. Men love that, right? But the face is where usually I feel like men usually end up falling in love. And so if there's a familiarity, if there's a beauty to him, as I say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, he tends to want to make that particular move. Alongside the characteristics of her being respectful, having boundaries, being fun and easy to be around, allowing him to be himself, right? Not judgmental, able to have good conversation and banter, right? As well as just being a great partner in general, because the person sees you as somebody who is valuable in her eyes, right? When it's done correctly, as in when that woman looks at you with value, when that woman looks at you with respect, when that woman looks at you with a level of regard in a way that's not demeaning of herself, because that's really important, right? In a way that she's like, I'm respectful myself. She respects herself, but she can put you on a particular level and say, I respect this man, I regard him, I love his characteristics, he's honorable, he's this, he's that, is that. When he sees that from her, that can make him also commit. You know what I mean? But I want to say this: the number one rule here is that when a man just sees a face and he's not interested in the face, but he sees the body's back a boom from him, and you know because he wants to rush straight to sex, my guy, girlies, leave it alone. Right? You know, you get that impression, that energy where he just wants to, he's calling you at late hours of the night. He's not really having engaging conversations with you. He ain't even really trying to get to know you, right? All he wants to do is smash. Then you should know, baby girl, he saw you as a sex object and nothing more. Again, why do men want to use women for, why do men use women for sex but not marry them? Reality is recreational. It's fun. It's enjoyable for us as men at that point in time. Again, for those of us who are Christians, we shouldn't be doing this kind of stuff. But I can keep it raw. I lived a life before, you know, I was 17, before I gave my life to Christ, so I understand the perspective. But there's a little bit more of this conversation I want to just to tap into quickly.
Take money from that guy, and you don't see yourself being with that guy.
I don't do that.
But why would you even go out on a date with that guy?
That's panhandling. I don't do that.
No. But you're speaking in specifics.
Okay.
and I don't want you to feel attacked or.
Now, before she goes any further, it's interesting because she actually tried to shame the man. She's like, why would you want to have sex with somebody and then like not wife them? And what he's trying to say is like, why would you go on a date with somebody and not want to be with them? You know what I mean? Like people do stuff which is not that people do stuff because they have an end goal, which may not be everybody's end goal, right? Like I would understand, yes, you having sex with somebody, your mindset should be that if I'm having sex with you, I'm thinking about having a whole life with you. We really should be in that lane of thinking, but we're not, because not everyone thinks that particular way, right? Rightly or wrongly. So when men are engaged in this aspect, they engage with different motives, depending on what it is, right? And so she tried a little shame. She tried a little shame tactic when she said, obviously, why do men, why would men do that? Whatever. It was a little bit of a shame tactic because actually, in that previous conversation, they were talking about Rick Ross, I think it was, about her ex-partner or whatever, and she was saying the previous girl was actually doing that. The previous girl, no, the new girl now is actually this girl that he wants to have sex with and not actually be with. So she obviously felt a little bit of a type of way, and then she's obviously transposed it to here. You know what I mean? Like you have to be very careful and understand where people are coming from when they are debating or challenging certain points. I think she got a little bit triggered in that moment. Let's just a bit more.
No, I don't.
Like I'm speaking directly to you.
Freely.
I'm speaking as a comparable, right? Because men do have that narrative of like, yo, why would you sleep with that if you don't want to be with that? But I'm saying from the man's perspective, it's like, yo, look at you. Look at him. The only thing that he can offer you is money. Okay, he may have a lot of it. And he may teach you a thing or two. But let's go about it like this. And we can do the same thing.
Okay.
Strip him from that money, strip him from that chain, strip her from that surgery, strip her from those gains or whatever. Will you still think that that person is on the same type of level?
Now the conversation is about to shift, so I'm not gonna follow it all the way there. What I would say is, there is a little bit of a quote unquote, sometimes women try to shame men in regards to men making choices to exercise the fact that they can sleep with multiple women. Now, again, whether you agree with this or not agree with this, that's business, right? But what I'm saying to you is that for her, I wonder why she wanted to shame that. I know why she wanted to shame that point, but some women will do that in order to try and get the man that they actually want. That's where they get caught up. It's that, and it's for the ladies specifically. Don't worry about the man that's sleeping with women that you want, that doesn't want you. If you know what I'm saying, like why would you? It's like when the man them get worried about gal that they don't even really want, doing things that they don't want them to do. Like, why are you worried about a girl they don't want? You know what I'm saying to you? And if you do want her and she's not doing what you want, stop focusing on her. You know what I'm saying to you? Focus on the one that you want, that does what you want. You know what I'm saying to you? Otherwise you waste energy and time. And that's what she actually end up doing when she ends up saying, why would a man, sleep with her? She knows why a man would do that. She knows why. You know why she knows that? Because look at the way she it's not a shame, by the way. She understands the power of sex. How do I know that? Because of the way she's dressed. Because of the way she's dressed. What she's wearing, let me show you something quickly. What she's wearing, I don't want to put no noise in it because I don't think it's intentional to the conversation, right? We got chest cleavage out. We got legs out. We got the sexy heels out. We got the legs crossed. Legs all cocoa buttered and creamed. She knows exactly how to sell sex. I'm sorry, I'm not saying she's a sex worker. I'm saying she knows exactly how to position herself using her sexual energy. And she actually talks about it later on. So I'm trying to get the man to understand, listen, when that woman starts to shame, just know she's shaming because she's trying to, men do the exact same thing, but she's trying to shame to almost bring that man down a little bit. Like, why would you, like, almost like, why would you do that? She doesn't care about the guy that she doesn't want. She's only talking about the guy that she actually wants doing that thing. You feel what I'm saying to you? Yeah. So it's a manipulation tactic. But hey, I'll discuss that in another video, man. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for notifications of uploads. Do you agree with my points? Like, why do men actually sleep with women and don't actually want them? I'll do a part 2 maybe, and I'll talk about, obviously, let me know in the comment section on a part 2 where I give you the 5 categories where men actually categorize women in. They actually categorize them. Like, it's actually mad, right? How we do it. You know what I mean? But listen, like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for notification of uploads. We appreciate you guys. Still loaded. We'll see you.